It's all makeup. It's all makeup. It's all makeup. Thank God for makeup. Vlogmas day 4. Ooh, Vlogmas day 4 is upon us. And it's tea time. As always. It's always tea time. Tea time. So, I had a few people message on previous videos and ask, I haven't spoken much this morning, can you tell? Ask me to do like a little makeup, how I do my makeup thing. So, for those who don't know, my very first YouTube channel was basically me doing my makeup. But I'm a little out of practice now, so I'll do my best. Just know I have a giant mug of tea, Burn and Blend Snowball. So let's do this. And I would take my hat off, but I probably should have washed my hair today. But that's what hats are invented for. Now I'll take my hat off. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Oh, it's right at the top of my head's cut off anyway. So yeah, I'm clean. I'm moisturised. Primer for the face. Face is primed. Primer you just put on underneath your foundation to make sure your foundation doesn't come off in 1 second. Oily skin. And then I'm going to get my foundation. I use the Revlon Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. You can get this in most British high streets, and it's a good one. I'm very pale, but I can't even get the palest shade. I can't remember what shade I have. F1. The palest shade is like white. So if you're super pale, this might be the foundation for you. Sometimes I like to draw pretty patterns on my face when I put my foundation on it. So then I've got this, which is just like a blending sponge, and it's wet. You can get these also at Superdrug. It's just a wet one. It's not a beauty blender, which is what the cool kids use, but it's like a cheap knockoff version. And then I'm just going to blend out all my foundation. Not by wiping, by like stabbing my face with it. Not in a painful way. Bouncing, I suppose I could say. It's not essential to get it in your hair, but it's always nice to try. Concealer. I've got 2 shades of concealer. So this one is the one that matches my skin the closest. I used to use the Lasting Perfection Ultimate Wear Concealer by Collection. Used to be called Collection 2000. I'm shade Fair for all normal things. Although saying that, I do want to try some different concealer. But I'm getting towards the end of these ones, so I've got to use them up first. You'll notice that I predominantly use very cheap makeup. And that's because makeup always all runs out at the same time. Get our little spongy friend back. And you get your lighter one, and you put that under your eyes, because you want to highlight under there. Preferably to make the bags look less. I'm just not very good at that. But you don't want to put your lighter one on your spots, because that will just emphasize them. So I put it on a bit like a triangle. Once again, don't know if that's right. Ooh. I'll put that back in its bag. Spongy friend. He gets used quite a lot at the beginning, and then we ignore him for the rest of it. And when I said it was wet, I don't mean it was damp. I mean I held it underwater and like squeezed it until it got like twice the size it usually is. And I do clean it, don't worry. Right, so now we need to set it, because if we don't set it, that's all just going to come off of our face. Oh, so I use Collection Pressed Powder in the shade 18 Ivory, which is the palest shade, because I am so pale. And we get a big brush. And abuse our face with it, whilst trying not to breathe in any of it. So you may have noticed I've taken all dimension out of my face and made it one colour. So we're going to put dimension back in it. So I'm using Revolution Ultra Sculpt and Contour Kit in Ultra Fair, because there's nothing worse than getting a bronzer that's far too dark for your skin. And a small angled brush. It's not essential, it's just the one I use. And then where your cheekbones are meant to be. Sometimes I go a bit heavy-handed on the bronzer, like I did yesterday. Can we just take a second to point out the difference in one half of my face compared to the other? Just saying. If you think you've been a bit too heavy-handed, you can always put some powder in your big fluffy brush on over the top. But I don't mind if I'm a bit heavy-handed. So now I'm using blusher with this brush. I don't know what this brush is for. And this is from Rimmel in the colour Live Pink. And I'm running out. Well, I'm not running out, but you can see the bottom of it. And this is the wrong brush for this. That's okay. Ooh, I've put way too much on this side. Usually I don't do my makeup facing the mirror, facing the window. So, good to know that I often put too much blusher on. So next is the moment you've all been waiting for. Eyeshadow. You can use a brush like this. You can use a brush, well, I'm going to be using this brush. The only important thing is it's quite fluffy and nice and soft. I'm going to use Revolution again because it's next to me, and I'm going, so to start with your crease colour, you want a shade that is not the darkest shade you're going to use. So I'm going to use this brown one here. You don't want it to be the darkest shade you're going to use. You want it to be a bit darker than your eye, or your skin colour, sorry, and then, but not the darkest shade you can use. And the key is to blend it out with your fluffy brush. That's literally the secret. And I'm applying that to the outside corner and then up into the crease a bit, yeah? You just do this quite a lot. It looks a bit weird in the beginning stages. This is when you pray no one knocks on your door. They always do. So I tend to go quite heavy on the eyeshadow, you may have noticed, but that's usually because I wear glasses, and wearing glasses covers up a lot of the work that I do, so I put more on, which is silly. Right, next we're going to take a slightly darker colour, but not, once again, not the darkest colour we're going to use. I'm going to go for, ooh, maybe this one, like a red. People are a bit scared to use red, but it's Christmas, so I'm using red. And we're just putting that over the top, but not as far out. And I've got quite a lot on my brush, so I'm just going to share it between the two. So we're just going to concentrate it more, once again, on the outer, I don't know, third of the eyelid, and then up into the crease again. And because you blended that first colour so well, you don't have to worry about this one as much. You don't want a harsh line between your eyeshadow and your natural skin colour, which is why we use layers of colour. Let me pause for a swig of tea. Right, so next you can either go in with, once again, a slightly darker colour, or you can go in with your darkest colour. I haven't decided yet, but I'm going to go in with this colour here, which is a very dark brown, like a reddish brown. And then once again, we're concentrating that mainly on the outer part of your eyelid. Focus on my face, camera, come on, you can see it. No, look a bit scary. Okay, so focusing on the outer part of the eyelid, up into the crease a little bit, but not blending it even near as far out as the other ones. You just need to make sure that the eyeshadows are all blended into one another, so it looks seamless and like you only used one colour, if that's the look you're going for. So we're just trying to create depth, you know? Okay, so this is where we're at so far. You still following along? I mean, you can't, I'm speeding it up so my vlog isn't hours. I'm now going to go in with black because, hello, that's what I do. And then, you don't have to do this stage, this is if we're going super intense. But once again, concentrating it on the outer bit of the eye, up into the crease a little bit. I'm not going to blend this one as well, and I will tell you why in a second. Big fluffy brush. This one is pretty much clean. It might just have some of my normal face powder on it, but this one is clean. Clean brush. Big, fluffy, clean brush. We're going to go along the outside of our eyeshadow and just make sure that it's blended well, you know? So I've just gone in with a bit more of that dark brown. If you think you've blended up too high, grab some of this on your brush and blend it out and it'll get rid of it a little bit, but I believe more is more. Right, now I'm taking this brush. Yeah, sure, it's just a flat one, just a flat brush. It is angled, but that's not essential. I end up with makeup all over my hands, just so you know. I'm going to take this gold colour. You want to take your lightest colour that you want to use. I like a bit of sparkle. It's Christmas. Oh, and we're putting that on the bit of your eyelid you've left bare. So I find, it's all personal preference, but I find that if you put the dark colours all on first, it's easier to blend this main colour, I guess, into. That's just from what I found out, and this gold is awful. Oh no, it's not. I just hadn't picked enough up. So I don't try very hard to blend that very well. Like I say, my eyeshadow is always behind glasses, so it's not the end of the world if it looks a bit dodgy in places. So now what you can do, oh no, not yet, I got ahead of myself. So now we're going back in with this big bad boy, and once again the lightest colour that we used. And now we're going under the eye to make under the eye look big. Some people use tiny brushes for under the eye. I use large obnoxious brushes for the most part. This is when you can pull your weirdest facial expression. And these eyeshadow palettes are great because they're only £4 and they're really colourful and whatnot. So then I'm going to go in with our next darkest colour. I think you can see what I'm doing. You feel that eye? And then we go in with that brown, which is our next darkest colour. You're just trying to match it. And then we take a tiny brush, which is used all the time for this, and we take our black and just right next to your eyelashes, you just put a little bit of that right next to your eyelashes, because you want to be making your eyes look real big. Well, you might not want that, but that's what my general goal is. And I just go back over it with my big fluffy brush and just trying to make it look a bit more cohesive. Right. We're going back to this bronzer palette, but we're going to where the highlight is, which is the middle one. And I often use that just as my eyeshadow colour, but I didn't today. And that's going on our big fluffy brush that we use to blend out right underneath the eyebrow. Ooh, such glimmer and shimmer. If you want to put a bit on your cheekbones, you can. I have been known to before, and even a little bit there. Some even put it on their nose. Not very good at that though, so let's not get too ahead of ourselves. I'm now going to do eyeliner and mascara off camera because I'm really bad at doing it, but I tend to use the Maybelline The Colossal Volume Express, and I believe this is in the shade Smoky Black. I need to buy a new one of these. And then I buy Collection Fast Stroke eyeliner in also the shade Black, because it's a really good liquid eyeliner, and sounds like that. Right, I'll put my eyeliner on and then I will be back. Eyeliner is done. I'd just like to point out that this wing looks perfect. This one does not. Sisters, not twins. Speaking of sisters, not twins, it's eyebrow time. I'm using the Makeup Academy Professional Pro Brow Ultimate Eyebrow Kit. I need a new eyebrow powder, because one, I've almost run out of this one, and two, this one was incredibly cheap. This was when I first started to do my eyebrows. This is when I got this. I got this whilst I was living in Germany, which is crazy sauce. Tiny angle brush. I'm not very good at doing my eyebrows, so some people do their eyebrows first. I, for some reason, do not. But that's because I'm not ultimately precious about them, because I'm going to put thick trim glasses on over the top. But basically, I just fill in with small strokes over the top of where my eyebrows are, just to make them more defined. Because, and also matching, because my eyebrows don't match. And that's not due to my plucking off the eyebrow issues. It's just, they're not the same shape. Like, this eye isn't the same shape as this eye. My face isn't perfectly symmetrical. It's alright, I'll never be a supermodel, and that's okay. There are many other contributing factors against me being a supermodel, so I think I'll get over it. But you can see the difference in the eyebrows, you see? So this one, if you've got lots of face makeup on, helps have an eyebrow. Just ties it all in, you know? Oh yeah, so this is what my makeup looks like. I need to adjust this hat. It's bothering me. But yeah, this is what we're going for. And then if you really want, and what I usually do, and I don't know why I forgot to do it, with the highlight that we put under the eyebrow, put it inside the corner of your eye. I always do that. I don't know why I forgot. So I got a camera in my face, that's why. There you go, that's better. Ta-da, da-da-da-da. And that's how, general rule, how I do my eyeshadow whenever I do it. Now you know. So, plans for the rest of the day are, I'm meeting up with one of my friends in about an hour and a half. And then it's Dungeons and Dragons this evening. I might try and fit in some yarn dyeing in between that. If not, I'll get out of bed early tomorrow and do it tomorrow. And just have a mad rush. I'm really good at organising my time, can you tell? I'm like the perfect businesswoman. I'm really not. It's time to open the Bird and Plenty advent calendar. I mean, I don't know if you do like my jingles, but you're getting them, so it's a part of the joy of being on my channel. Ooh, ginger nut matcha. Ooh, this one with hot apple juice. Well, maybe I'll pick up some apple juice today. So, for those who don't know what matcha is condensed, that's not the word, concentrated green tea powder, which you whisk with hot water, not too hot because otherwise you burn it, and it's meant to give you great health benefits and whatnot. So this has matcha, ginger, cinnamon, and natural flavoring granules. I may have to get some apple juice later when I'm in town and try this out because I'm curious. Bird and Blend have a plethora of matcha flavors. I think they've got some of the most amount of matcha or something, highest number. Well, they had enough to do a matcha advent calendar. This isn't it, obviously. For those who also don't know, ginger nut is a type of biscuit in the UK. Oh, we love a ginger nut. So yeah, I'm going to pop him back in. Yeah, we are matcha specialists with over 20 flavors to choose from. So yeah, how exciting. I will try that later. Mitten update. I very lightly steam blocked them. I don't think it did anything. But now they're going to get wrapped up. They're just so nice. Might have to knit myself some. Present is wrapped, card is written. Now I'm going to go and meet up with my friend in town. I have gone a little bit heavy on the contour, I think. But Grace pointed out my cheekbones yesterday. Thanks, Grace. It's all makeup. It's all makeup. It's all makeup. Thank God for makeup. It's now significantly later. It's 3:15. I said when I meet up with him for tea, we meet up for ages. Plus I had to help him buy some knitty things for his friend. So, winner, winner. Now, I just have the very unglamorous job of tidying the flat because we've got Dungeons and Dragons tonight. But yes. Mary's back.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, that's quite tasty. Tastes like spiced apple. I used cloudy apple juice, so it's a bit sourer. Good life choice. That's quite tasty. I'll take that.
Yeah, it's nice.
Give me a nice caffeine boost, ready for D&D later.
D and the D.
D and the D. Woo! It's Advent calendar opening fun times. And I've got glasses marks on my nose from wearing my glasses all day, and then I've taken them off. Okay. Mary is here. He is snacking, but he said it was okay.
Fine.
To film this. I'm going to open the one that he made for me first. Every day Mario puts something special in the tin. You went first yesterday.
Yeah, I'm eating yesterday's cheese.
Ooh! I got a Yankee candle. Tiny Yankee candle that smells of cinnamon sticks. Smells like Christmas. And then another Hotel Chocolat salted caramel chocolate. Just in the back eating cheese. These are my fave, but I'm currently drinking my tea, so I might have that after my tea, so don't ruin the taste. Summary of the matcha in apple juice. Very tasty, much recommend. Great combo. Mario's drinking mince pie. I was talking to someone earlier today, and I mentioned how it looks like I'm sponsored by Bird and Blend through this Vlogmas.
Yeah, you do.
I wish I was sponsored by Bird and Blend.
Hashtag sponsored.
Hashtag ad. Not sponsored.
My turn.
We worked out that 12 of the days are on one side
Smoked.
and 12 of the days are on the other side, so we don't have to look as hard as we did yesterday.
Applewood.
Applewood smoked cheddar.
What did the cheese say when it looked in the mirror?
Hello, me. Classic cheese joke. So D&D is just finished. I turned into a sheep during it and then had to do a sheep impression and bar like a sheep. Just a standard D&D day really. But now it's 9:15, Mary's gone to bed and it's time for me to edit this and get it uploaded for you all. So, bit of a slower day today, haven't filmed as much, but I hope you enjoyed Vlogmas day 4. Day 5 is tomorrow. There will be much more yarn dyeing and all of that fun stuff, more business things, and I'm in the house by myself all day, so much more seeing my day. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.